Yo, what's going on, guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Rise, and today we are wrapping it up with the final weapon preview from the demo. We're talking about the Insect Glaive, which has nothing new, so thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm joking. There is still stuff to talk about with the Insect Glaive. Admittedly, it has had the least in terms of additions. It is the one that kind of doesn't stand out as being exceptionally different, but there are a couple of additional kind of mentions in here, some things worth noting. So as always, we're going to go through and talk about what is cool, what's new, stuff like that. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Let me know how you guys are getting on with Insect Glaive in the demo, and of course, keep it locked for a ton of Rise coverage. But to begin with, Insect Glaive, again, if you guys have played World, you played Iceborne, you'll be very familiar with the typical behavior. Your base combos, in fact, pretty much all of your combos in this game are one-for-one identical with World. You know, you have all your typical X and A combos. You, of course, have your ability to send out the Kinsect, bring it back. You can, of course, fire out the sort of pheromone bullet to put like a physical tracker on the monster. You can work a sort of tag into your combos by pressing ZR to kind of back with the back of your glaive. All the kind of usual stuff. Plus, they have the new stuff they added in World. So, of course, once you launch yourself into the sky, you have various different propulsion mechanisms. You can, of course, dash in one direction. You can perform the spinning helicopter move, which, when colliding with a monster, will launch you back up into the sky. This, of course, goes through your stamina, but it's a means to stay airborne. So, all of that stuff, fundamentally, remains the same. We'll touch on the Kinsect stuff in just a moment, but since we're in the base camp, let's focus on the basic stuff. One thing that is new in this game, and it's just kind of nice from an exploratory point of view, in World, some of you guys may be familiar with the fact that you were able to pin to a wall and kind of use this as a means to climb. The differentiating factor in Rise is that in World, you could only do this on walls that were naturally climbable, i.e. vines, that kind of thing. Meanwhile, in Rise, you can do this absolutely anywhere. I mean, provided the geometry allows. If there's like a weird corner or like a hole in the wall, you can't climb that. But basically, you don't have to find vines to do this on anymore. You can do this absolutely anywhere. So from an exploration, climbing the world, having some fun kind of point of view, then this is pretty good. You know, if you happen to be short on wire bugs, low on stamina, you can just climb up indefinitely. So that much is pretty sweet. However, talking about a few other things, well, you know, not necessarily as many new like fancy combos or anything like that. Mobility in general is a little bit kind of better than it was in World, even without the white buff, which is quite nice. Also, when you are airborne, if you have the red attack buff, then the kind of attack you would normally do, your sort of normal attack, no longer has that sort of short pause before falling. So in that respect, it's a little quicker to react. Plus, if you have the triple buff and of course you get the orange, they've now brought back the earplugs that used to give you. That wasn't present in World, but of course it was present in Generations Ultimate, so it's nice to have that back. So now having orange in your triple buff does now give you earplugs, which is incredibly handy. However, outside of that, the main things worth talking about really are your Silkbind moves. Now, again, I've said this before, Insect Glaive kind of got the short straw in terms of Silkbind moves in the demo. We have, of course, seen the plunging thrust from the preview videos, so we do know there are, you know, more moves, and I do sincerely hope they have some kind of ground-focused attacks, not just everything in the air. But in the demo, you basically have a forwards evade and a backwards evade. The forwards evade is useful because you can work this into your combos. From there, you can go directly into your aerial movement. So you can go from there as if you just launched yourself into the sky, you know, using the sort of pole vault. Instead, from that, you know, wirebug move, you can dash forward, go into helicopter move. It's effectively just a way to get you into the air. The main difference is that this one launches you further forwards, so it basically gives you greater travel distance than your regular Insect Glaive Vault. Meanwhile, the other one is kind of an escape one. It's got a lot of iframes in it, so you can use this to get out of danger. In doing this, it also calls back your Kinsect. Again, keep in mind the Kinsect is incredibly slow in the demo, so it's basically like it calls it back and you have to wait half an hour for it to turn up. But the point is, you can use this one evasively. It is quite nice. The difference is this one is just to get out, so you can't then go from this and chain this into, say, another combo. This is purely just like, oh crap, I'm about to get hit, let me get out and get safe. So they are basically your options from there. What I do want to say is the forward advancing Silkbind move. This one's kind of cool because you can work this in mid-air with your Insect Glaive. So if you launch yourself up into the sky and you use your propulsion technology, shall we say, to dash forwards, you can then use your Silkbind move, which only costs one wirebug, and you can then pull yourself forwards. Interestingly, this then resets the Insect Glaive jump, so you can then do another dash, and then go into another wirebug pull, another jump, another wirebug pull. Basically, you can keep this going, so you can actually cover quite a big distance with the Insect Glaive. So, you know, it might not, again, have that much utility in combat. It might more so be from an exploration point of view, but Insect Glaive still has a lot of fun in the air. It goes without saying, if you want to use this weapon effectively, Insect Glaive is still best on the ground. The ground-based combo is by far your greatest damage dealer, so if you do want to be using this weapon effectively, all this fancy aerial stuff is cool, and don't get me wrong, if you just want to have some fun with the weapon, by all means, go wild, do what you want. If you want to use the weapon as effectively as possible, you are of course still going to be doing ground-focused combat. Which brings me on to kind of the Silkbind wishlist. I really do hope that the Insect Glaive does get some kind of ground-focused stuff. They've got a lot of sort of launching stuff, aerial stuff. We even see from the preview, there's the sort of aerial plunging thrust, which is kind of a bit of a sort of cheat because that used to be a move you could do for free in Iceborne. Now it's tied to a Silkbind move. So I'm just hoping there's a couple of sort of ground-based combos, because honestly, Insect Glaive on the ground is just like a Wukong stick, and it's a lot of fun, so I really do hope they let you sort of invest in that playstyle as well. What they really should be doing is giving us a Silkbind move that just gives us a triple buff, in the same way that like Charge Blade has got a Silkbind move where you counter and you get full files. Just give us a thing that gives us triple buff real quick. That would be crazy. It's like the one in Generations where you would dash the Kinsect and it grabs everything. If they give us something like that, that would be amazing. Anyway, that being said, that's it for the time being for Insect Glaive. I'll leave you guys with a little bit of gameplay against Rathian. But for the time being, those are a look at all the weapons. If you guys have missed any of the videos and you want to see what I sort of have to say about some of the other weapons, then check them out over on the channel. Of course, we've still got plenty more things to talk about, so keep it locked if you're excited for Arekkz. catch more from us at Arekkz Gaming, don't forget you can catch the guys TwoSixNine, Paradise Central and Investmore streaming over on Twitch weekdays, playing a variety of games. If you guys want to jump in, tune in, watch and even join in, then make sure you check them out. The links to those are in the description box down below, and of course you can join the Discord to get involved in all of the discussions.